Hello everybody, this is Pump Watercolor. This is my first video. Welcome to my channel. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just recording. So in this video I'm going to talk about some of my painting process, my personal hobbies, like my habit of painting, my painting style. I'll talk about something about myself, tools, whatever I think of, I will just talk about it. So let's start. Please excuse me. English is not my first language. I hope what I said makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. I'll try to explain it. So at the beginning of the video, you probably saw I already finished the sketching with pencil eraser, and I used erased some part of the sketch. The reason of it is just my personal habit. I don't like my finishing painting product have any pencil mark. I know some people do, but I don't. So I just erase. Like make sure it's clear enough for me to follow to paint. Not to paint outside, but it's not dark enough for the pencil sketch to show up. Like I wouldn't erase the eyeliner or eyebrow or nostril, the darkest dark area, because your watercolor paint later will cover that pencil sketch anyways. I'm just adding base layers. Like when I paint, I add lots of layers on layers, and over time it just pops up. I think I recorded this video last year. I just had it in my phone and I just found it, and I was posting some things online and people were like, you should have a YouTube channel. I said okay. So this is my first YouTube video. I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I think I'll talk about some things about watercolor tools, some techniques. I'll show you my painting process, like this video, in the future. Just anything about art or watercolor, we can talk. So if you are interested, if you like my painting style, if you are curious about how I do it, just please give me a like and follow me. Please give me some suggestions about how to make videos. like if you have some questions, please ask me. I'll try to answer. If there's something about my video you don't like or you think I can improve on, please let me know. So my style, I like to painting a realistic style. I do a lot of human portraitures, handsome guys only, like good people only. I paint a lot of Jude Law because I'm a huge fan of Jude Law, and I paint a lot of his character from Fantastic Beasts movie. He acted as Professor Albus Dumbledore. I think it's my favorite role, so I painted a lot of Professor Dumbledore. I'll show you later. I'll post my videos. I also paint pet and landscape sometimes. Oh, the paint set I'm using in this video is from Schmink. I'm a huge fan of Schmink. It's a Germany brand. I have this set in front of me. It's in a pretty wooden box, and the name of it is Schmink Horadam Patent Watercolors. 74650 is the number. So it's a vintage watercolor paint set, and it's inspired from their own vintage watercolor set in the past, and it's a replica of that. It's super nice. I really recommend Schmink. It's my favorite. When I paint watercolor, I personally like to use watercolor in pen instead of watercolor in tubes, simply because I'm lazy. I don't like to squeeze the paint out. I know some people, like when you paint in large scale, watercolor tube might be more ideal. It's easier to to get the color by using your brush. The pen set might be might be a little hard, but if you paint like me, small and medium scale, I think watercoloring pen is enough. Like, it's really easy to carry. Like, when you travel, you don't have to worry about if it can pass the security check or whatever. If it can be in your carry-on luggage. Oh, so about paint, I have about maybe 70 sets of paint. I have almost all of the brands in the market. Like, I will talk about it in my future video. If you are interested in that, you can please give me a like and follow me. Let's talk about tools. We just talked about paint. Paper. I like to use hot press paper a lot because it's really smooth. It can absorb a lot of water. It's really good for my painting style, which is realistic watercolor portraiture in detail with many layers. Like, it doesn't get wrinkled or it doesn't get destroyed at all. Oh, like, you have to use a good paper. Like, if you want to learn watercolor and buy tools, I would say you should invest most of your money on paper. Like, if you want the really good work, use the money on your paper. And then you invest your money on a good paint set, like enough color for you. I have 48 color sets, or 36, 12, 24, 8, and I found 24 is my favorite. Like, it's just right enough amount of the paint that and paintbrush. The brush I'm using in the video is, I remember it's pretty cheap. It's from Winsor & Newton, Cotman, and I think it's number 5, number 3, something like that. I bought a lot of paint brushes when I first started watercolor in 2020, and I only end up using 3 or 2 brushes each time I paint. So I say you don't have to invest a lot of money on the brush. Not the crappy ones, of course. Buy a okay one. That's enough. Spend your money on the paper and the paint. And you also need a container and paper towel, something you can wipe your brush on when you don't want that much water, or when you want to clean your brush, and a spray bottle so you can wet your paint. I really like the paintbrush I'm using in this video because when you play with it, like when you hold it at different angles, it can have different effects. Like when you put it flat, like you can paint the larger areas, like what I'm doing right now, make it flatter, have a slight angle. The bigger the angle, the bigger area you can cover. And when you make it stand up using the tip, you can draw a really thin, fine line. I also use ink pen and white highlight pen, like a gel pen, for detail. Most of my watercolor, I use both watercolor and those pens for detail. Normally I have a really thin black ink pen and a brown ink pen. For portraiture it's really useful. And I use a white highlight pen for detail, like for example the highlight in the eye, like the glint in the eye. And I paint beard a lot, so it's good for white facial hair. That's about it for tools. So we have paper, paint, paintbrush, pencil eraser for sketch, container, paper towel, spray bottle, ink pen in different colors, highlight pen. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, and then I haven't talked about my painting yet, but if you are watching, you can probably see I was just adding many layers on layers. Oh, a thing about like a tip for painting hair, like eyebrow, eyeliner, eyelashes, facial hair or hair, is when you paint, the direction of your paintbrush goes has to be the exact direction of the hair, like how the hair grows, how the hair is sticking out from different angles. Like your brush better follow the line, the direction of the hair. That's the trick. And just trust the process. Don't give up. I see a lot of people, they just, I don't know. Like I feel most of the paintings, like the process might be somewhat not pleasant. Sometimes it can be disturbing, but just keep painting. Don't give up. Don't feel discouraged. Trust the process. So now I'm using brown ink pen. It's a really fine thin ink pen. It's 0.3. I normally use that for the eyeliner, some color of the eyebrow. Okay, now I'm painting the hair. See the direction. Focusing on the direction has to be the direction of the hair, how the hair is sticking out or how they grow. Actually, I'm not so good at painting hair, but I'm improving. Recently, I forced myself, painted a lot of hair and clothing, things I don't like to paint. I only like to paint face, to be honest with you, but you need to paint other things to complete the painting, and that's where the struggle is. And you just have to force yourself to face it and practice it for a better finishing product. Oh, I want to talk about why I love watercolor. It's mainly because I'm a really lazy person. I used to paint in oil paint, and it was a torture for me because I hate the preparation, like squeezing paint out of tubes. And I have to worry about the smell and worry about preserving the oil paint, make sure they don't dry the next few days, like before I finish the paint, because they are not cheap, you know. You don't want to waste the paint. And the most disturbing thing for me is to wash the paintbrush. I really hate it, and I feel it's really hard to wash oil brush. Like if you wash it right away when it's still fresh, it's some work, but not that bad. But if it dries, oh my god, it's like my personal nightmare. So after painting oil paint for 2 years, I think, I just turned to watercolor totally. Like it's so easy. I just open my set and I get a container, a bowl of water, my brush, spray my paint, boom, I just start to paint. It's so easy. And after I'm done, I just wash my brush, use water to rinse it, dry it, close my paint set. Like it just takes me 1 minute. It's so lazy people friendly. And I think watercolor is super fun. Like you can achieve different results. Like you can have a really transparent result because of watercolor can be really transparent. But there are some paints, like you can play with different paint. There are paints like recently I used a paint. How do you read it? Like I don't know how to pronounce it. Kremer? Kremer. It's also a Germany brand, and the paint can somehow achieve like an oil painting effect, like really thick, and it's just so fun. And there are also watercolor paint with special effects, like a metallic watercolor paint. I used that to paint some beetles last year. It's super fun. Right now I'm just washing some highlights with the brush. If you do it slowly, in my way, like layers, if you make a mistake, you can actually wash it off by using your brush. Like make sure your brush doesn't have any paint on it, and have some water with it, not a lot, some water, and you just go over the area you want to be washed off a few times, and then boom, it's off. I don't know, it might sound kind of confusing when I talk about it, but when you try it, you will find this really confusing, yes. Because watercolor, it's really complicated because you need to control the amount of the water on your brush, the amount of water on your paint, the amount of water on your paper. Like, it's really complicated. It's about controlling the water. And I don't know, I don't think there's any trick. You just have to practice the skill and explore it yourself. It's like a scientific experiment. Experiment. Do it yourself, and you'll learn, you'll get it through the process. Just adding more color to make it more vibrant. I think I'll post another video of Jude Law's character. I think I'll post Professor Dumbledore in my next video. I paint a lot. Like, I probably paint one each week. So I'll upload a video recently. I don't know if people watch my video, but if you are watching, thank you. If you follow me, thank you. I'll try my best to make my video fun to watch. I really enjoy painting. It just makes me so happy. Like, I can just sit there for hours without moving, and I find my inner peace. It's my black ink pen. Okay, that's the end of the video. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.